the Fern and Stark lovers quarrels completed. No, everything's patched up and it's good. Signs basically got a strong role in thing that I'm kind of enjoying and digging a lot within this story. And FRIEREN is just fantastic still as always. So I'm very excited, I guess, just to see where they go next. I don't really have a strong guess or feeling as to kind of where we can head or what's going to happen from here on out, but I'm excited to see exactly the direction that they choose to kind of bring us. If you like it all, like and subscribe to me on to me. Feel free to stick around for the discussion. Leave me in the comments with this episode or series. Toho show will get blocked at some point. Check link in the description if you would like to watch the version if it gets blocked completely and there's nothing here. You just want to watch the reaction, or if I have to mute it in the episode and you want to watch it with audio, it'll also be in the description. So give that a look. Let's get going then with episode 15. Oh my god.
フリーレンたちは旅をしてどのくらいになるんだ。
私がフリーレン様と旅に出てからですと4年ほどになります。
このパーティーには足りないものがある。なんだと思う？
前衛はいるし、魔法使いの僧侶も揃っているし。シーフでしょうか。フリーレン様がミミックに引っかかるので。
Oh no.
宝箱には無限の可能性があるんだよ。
違う。足りないのはもっと重要なものだ。年上のお姉さん。
I was right.
ツアーパーティーに一人くらいはいるだろう。色っぽい大人のお姉さんがさ。
Listen, we got one.
フリーレンがいるでしょうが。
やだ、お姉さんじゃないもん。
Technically is.
悪かったね。
Sorry, I'm not more interesting to you.
次の村が見えてきたぜ。
There might be one here. I don't think we're gonna add one. But like, I'm not opposed. Oh no.
息はありますね。
まあ、
Were they put to sleep?
どういうことだ。みんな眠ってる。
Uh-oh. Where'd my fun FRIEREN time go? You're gonna make this all serious.
フリーレン様、怒りますよ。冗談だよ。
Tasteless joke.
呪いだな。
面倒だね。
What a fucking
なあ
asshole.
フリーレン。呪いって何なんだ。
Yeah, explain it
魔
to
物
us.
や魔族が使う魔法の中には、人を眠らせたり、石にしたりするものがあってね。その中でも人類が未だに解明できていない魔法を呪いと呼んでいるんだ。人類の魔法技術じゃ原理も解除方法もわからない。
女神様の魔法って他の魔法とどう違うんだ。
女神様の魔法は聖典に記されていて、聖典の所持者しか使えない。そのほとんどは魔族の魔法と同じで原理が分かっていないんだ。だからあまり面白い。
No, that's what makes it very interesting.
じゃあ呪いはフリーレンでもうまく防げないのか。
Doesn't appear so.
魔法使いでは呪いは感知できない。
Another thing added on
なんと
to...
なく攻撃されている感じがするから、この村がまだ呪いの範囲内ってことだけはわかるかな。
I was gonna say another thing being add on to things that feel limiting towards her. That make her not as overpowered as initially kind of seen.
解除できないの。
儀式が必要だ。道具もいる。
Oh my god.
これなら呪いをかけた発信源を叩いた方が早い。
Is it one of those you defeat the source of the curse, it gets lifted on everyone?
話が早くていいね。
Because as she just says, that'll make time.
フリーレン様、
Oh,
シュタルク様が
he's been consumed.
いるね。
I was gonna wake up and have no clue everything that he just missed. Is she sleeping or did it get her?
起きない。小休止だって言ったのに。
フェルンも眠っちまったか。
Well, it's time for the two adults to act.
そう。じゃあザイン、魔物が出たら起こしてね。一人で戦っちゃダメだよ。
Oh
私
no.
が必ず倒すから。
あのな、俺の魔法じゃ5秒しか。
That's plenty. Maybe not. Isolating sign
まあいい。
Is the last thing that I was expecting to happen here. Big flower.
混沌下の亜種。眠った村人はこいつの肥料ってわけか。じわじわと魔力を吸い取られ殺される。どんなに造形が変わろうと弱点がコアであることは共通している。
It's like the weakness for most things are their core.
女神の炭鉱。
Oh fuck. Gotta see the boy in action.
いっそのことフリーレンを起こすか。でもあいつは勇者一行の魔法使いだ。強力な魔法が反射したらこの森どころか村が消し飛ぶかもしれねえ。フリーレンが何を考えているかもわからねえ。
Most people do.
そう。何を考えているか
Yeah.
わからないんですよ。私は冒険者には意思疎通も信頼関係も必要ないと思っています。特に私の仲間で
But she was reliable.
だから私は彼女の言葉を信じることにしました。彼女は魔王を必ず倒すと言いました。私はその言葉を信じたんですよ。
A reason to believe.
言葉を信じるか。
Find your opening and do it, brother.
一人で戦っちゃダメだよ。私が必ず倒すから。
だらしない顔だったな。どうなっても知らねえぞ。目覚めの怪獣。フリーレン、コアだけを。
Instant. Holy fuck. Unreal, dude. She's just got the battle instincts, dude. Well, looks like you can trust her. Got it, bro. I'm gonna go back to sleep.
この状況。
Congrats, bro.
ありがとうございました。このご恩は忘れません。
いや、そこまでのことをしたわけじゃ。
Let him get all the praise,
い
too.
いえ、おかげで最高の目覚めでした。
I got praised by an older woman.
射するやつだ。
お前って本当にすごい魔法使いだったんだ。
Yeah, she is.
でも今回生きて帰れたのはザインのおかげだよ。ありがとうね。
Yeah, don't dismiss your accomplishments either.
あの村のお姉さん綺麗だったな。
まだ言って。
おい、そこのお前。
な
Oh.
んだ？
Uh-oh. Well, they look wealthy, so maybe we can get funds from them. You look strong. We need you.
なんなの？
Oh, no.
いい体だ。
Are they gonna take him from us?
お前、私の屋敷に来い。
Uh-oh.
なんなの？
どちらにせよ私は今、シュタルクと話している。
私のパーティーの前衛です。
シュタルク、お前と話すにはママの許可が必要なのか？
Yes.
喧嘩しないで。
依頼がある。金なら出す。
Okay.
バカし行くよ。
No, hold on. I'm not taking him. Let's hear him out at least.
何そのどうか。
手持ちのロギンだってさ。
話くらいなら聞いてあげてもいいかな。
フリーレン。
She's so difficult.
私の後継ぎにしてこの町の英雄だ。
シュタルク様に似ています
He
ね。
does.
ウリ二つだ。身なりを整えれば家のものでもない限り見分けはつかん。
それが依頼と何か関
Did he like run away or something, or is he just like a incapable?
魔族との
Uh-oh.
戦い
Oh.
その時にビルトが戦死した。
And you don't want to display
敵
that
の
to the
将軍と相
others.
打ちだ。ビルトの死を知っているのはそこにいるガーベル
Mm-hmm.
一部の腹心だけだ。
Gotcha. So we want to use him for a public appearance, probably.
ここ要塞都市フォーリヒはこの地方の守りの要だ。消耗した兵力を立て直すまで士気
Mm-hmm.
を下げるわけ。この地方の有力者が集まる社交会が開かれる。
And we need you
そこで
here.
ビルトの健在を示す。
報酬は
シトラール金貨10枚。
Is that a law firm?
1年は3食おやつ付きで生活できます
Oh,
よ。
we're
魔
in.
導書もつけて。
書庫から一冊好きなものを持っていき。
Let's
待
go.
ってくれよ無理だって第一額の傷はどうするんだよ
もともと
Well,
民
you
衆
just
には
make up,
ビル
right?
トは療養中だと伝えてある。そいつは名誉
Oh yeah, and it's like a sign of action. Yeah. That's cool. We need the money, bro. We gotta sell you.
悲しい
ガーベル、シュタルクに作法を叩き込め。
Let's go, dude. Proper training arc. Let's go. It's so extra. And everybody else lives like royalty while he has to go through with this. Aww. You're doing it for the cause, though, bro.
シュタルク様、作法の
Give him a
練習は
morale
どうです
boost
か
turn. Do something for
だ
him.
ぜ
Oh. Oh. Oh.
どうかな
似合ってない。
ひどい
It did things for me, though. I liked it.
来る
Aw.
ムート、もっと背筋を伸ばせ。
はい父上。
次男のムートだ。後継ぎになるというのになかなか上達せん。
Hmm.
それに比べてシュタルク、あいつは失敗作だ。
Relatable as fuck. Show some encouragement to the little one. Oh, gotcha.
大丈夫だ。深呼吸しろ。ここはお前の故郷の村じゃない。
You don't need to perform the same way.
オルデン教はムートのことどう思っているんだ
兄ほどの才はないな。
Similar, but
努力家だ。
and we acknowledge
積み
hard
上
work
げてきた
here.
ものは決して裏切らん。
Hmm.
あいつはいつか私よりも強い騎士になる。
そうかそれムートに言ってやった方がいいぜ
いつも言っている。
Awesome.
だから調子に乗ってなかなか上達せん。
Ah.
それは大問題だ
Yeah. Fart.
私も作法の練習をするんですよ。
That'll.
社交界だぞ。年頃の男子が一人で行くことなどあり得ると
And we chose her. I'm loving where this is going.
って言ってくれるのか。
頑張ってね。
I'm here for that. I'm absolutely loving where this is going. She's like, what the fuck? Just sipping her tea and... Ah.
1ヶ月地獄でした。
I've been doing it for 3.
ロギンのためだろ
I thought this was
すみませ
okay.
んでした。
My lady. Oh, I'm so here for this.
せっかく練習したんだしさ踊ろうぜ
Hmm. I need to see FRIEREN in the background, just like being, being like, yeah, I fuck with this. Wow, bro. They're going above and beyond.
俺たちも踊るか？
ケ
No.
ーキ食べる。
そう。
フリーレンに報酬を渡してきてくれ。
Same scar and everything.
お前さえ良ければ。
俺はあんたの息子の代わりじゃないぜ
そうだな。私もお前の父親の代わりでは、ことは喧嘩別れだった。些細なことでの言い争いだ。
Mm.
お前の顔なんて二度と見たくないと、そう言ってしまった。
And you might have meant it in the moment, but
心
not
のない
actually.
言葉だった。
Yeah.
お前を見つけた時は奇跡だと思ったんだ。
心にもない言葉を言っちまったんだ、
Mm.
育ての親にさだから旅の土産話をたっぷりと持って帰らねえとダメなんだ
I've also got my duties. But if you ever want to come back here, got another place.
魔導書どれにしよう。
Oh my god, we're gonna be here forever.
もう半日になりますよ。
There's so many
ガーベルさん困
options.
ってます。
Just give her all of them.
正気が全くありませんよ。
少なくとも後継ぎには困らなそうだ。
Yeah. I wonder what she chose. The places we get taken within the journey of this story are so fun and so cool for them to kind of go to. It doesn't just feel, I mean, it does for the most part. Like, it fits your normal fantasy, like typical kind of things that you would go, especially while you're journeying and adventuring, right? But it's like so many different aspects of different things that we can kind of get into and that we've kind of learned about or explored the idea of what we would ultimately end up finding at some points, or kind of shown that FRIEREN's been involved with or seen before. So being able to like put us into like more of this like classical fantasy element in a way, right? And being able to put us into that sequence that we had at the end there was so cool. And something like that I just felt was so unexpected, and I absolutely love that they threw us in there. And it just feels like such a big, like, grand journey that offers so much that we can kind of go into and explore. And if we want to have like fun little moments like that, we can, while keeping them serious, drawing a lot of parallels and similarities and stuff between Orden and his family, right, and the little brother and everything, and losing of the older brother versus the actual family dynamic and stuff the Stark had to kind of grow up with, and within his village, and how they treat people and act while all still looking similar and having so many similarities. So each of them have such a big impact when they have somebody else like this, right, replacing a lost son in a way, using Stark as that kind of person to do it. But at the same time, Stark taking on the role almost of the older brother figure, but seeing himself in the younger brother, and the way that that's kind of being represented and presented here with the way that we do the sword training and the way that we kind of go through everything. It's such a cool way to kind of draw that similarity out between the two, while altering it enough to kind of fit almost the way that I think Stark kind of wishes things were, or the actual way that things should have been. But at the end of the day, I mean, he ended up turning out the way that he is now because of the way that things were. So you kind of have to be okay, or face the thing that you're just like okay with the idea that what ended up happening, and just grow and learn from it within like his own family and dynamic and stuff there. But I think that's just pretty cool, the way that we were able to kind of bring everything into one here, and make something that is kind of just like a funny little like side thing that we're going to, because we need to get money and need a way of being able to do that, into something as a way to kind of develop or broaden the character that is Stark a little bit more, and add a little bit more into this world and stuff, because now we set up things with the younger brother and everything here, where maybe at some point in the future, if we end up seeing another 10 years of the story or something, we run into him on an adventure, or we come back to the land, or we do something, right, and we can actually have another character and stuff that kind of gets brought into the fold that was slightly touched up on or brought in here, or we could have maybe mentions and things, where we run into people that are a part of this village and this army and stuff, or we could run into people who just kind of know of this, or like we can learn about these things as we kind of go past them in the future, which I think is also really, really cool, to kind of have little things in a way thrown in there. The first half of the episode being so cool too, of just the focus of kind of exploring Sign a little bit more, of just showing you his capabilities and showing you the, everything that he is capable of, and how much I guess that we can kind of trust him in these situations, the way that he kind of views and feels about all the other people that he's kind of partied with now and grown alongside here, and how he feels that he can kind of trust them and what he can do with them. And I think that they did it in a really, really cool way, being able to put us in a situation where we can learn a lot more, specifically about like the protection of the goddess and everything that we have, but also having a way that we isolate him so that he has to be the center focus, and then everything gets kind of put on him, and we can learn so much more of him without having to, like, in a way, make him out to be like this hero or something, where he comes in and saves the day in a situation that like everybody's getting like their ass kicked or something, which he kind of does, I guess, but more of just putting them not in the situation and forcing him to be alone and have to work on this. We get to see him kind of learn that he should have this trust in these other people that he is partying with. That's the section that we start the episode off with, and this, like, I mean, every time her getting caught in these is so funny to me, and I absolutely love that. My favorite thing from the OP for sure. And I think it's great. But then we find this village and we learn a little bit more, and they talk about how curses and stuff are, which shows me a lot more layers to the level of like how not overpowered in a way Frieren can kind of be, where I've discussed that before many episodes ago, of how I kind of felt like they were just building her up to be more and more overpowered over time. But now we're put in a situation where we've been introduced to these other people, right? Another elf was introduced to us a couple episodes ago, right? So we learned that he's probably much older than she is. So there might be others out there who are a lot stronger because they've had so much more time, right? We've also learned now last time about what happens with the flying magic and everything, and how she's kind of at a disadvantage as a result of that, and how now another time here with the curses and these things that she isn't really capable of doing anything about. It adds more and more to it to kind of suppress her, and make us understand that there are actual like big threats and things that we have to worry about. And while we can kind of look at her because she is so OP in certain sort of combat and certain sort of situations, there's times where she isn't going to be able to, and that's why it's so important to have other people here like Sign around us, because they add so much to our party and they add so much more for the protection of the others around us. And I think that that's such a good thing, because if we were to ever have her just alone, we can't blindly put our faith in that she's going to be able to overcome these things and be capable of it, because certain things we're already seeing early on here she might end up being at a disadvantage for. At this point, everybody starts falling asleep one after one. I like how we just make them fly, you know, so we cross them over the water and everything. And then also when we have to put these two to sleep together in the barrier, I love. And then for just not like them, where they like gracefully go out together like this, right? She just completely falls flat on her face in the moment, but telling us that she's okay, you know, just give her 5 seconds and she'll be able to. I love the whole sequence of him just kind of running around and learning, or doing exactly like what he can do, and trying to learn so much about this monster that he is going against, and what exactly it is that he can do to defeat the curse, but not too sold on, you know, if he's going to be able to be capable enough to do it himself. Needing probably somebody like Frieren, but only having 5 seconds is nowhere near enough, of course, right? Until he remembers the moment that, what Hyder said before, nobody could literally follow or understand, you know, her. She's a difficult person, right? She's very confusing, but at the end of the day, you got to choose to believe these people that you're going to spend so much time with. And if she says something she's never lied before, there's no reason to her, you know, to go out of her way and actually lie again. Here, we just got to kind of trust her. The fact that she immediately wakes up when he does this, just immediately there and just in action, right? Like a instinct that she has, which is so fucking cool. And they did a great job kind of there. Him getting to see this older lady too, got everything that he kind of would have wanted, which I really like. And then we adventure elsewhere as we need money. I think this is a really fun and touching way for them to be able to connect multiple serious things but unserious things at the same time, while showcasing us getting money. And I think it works out really well. I love Frieren being like, nah, we're not doing this shit, fuck that. And then actually finding out, like, you know, what exactly they were going to need from us and how little we have of money, and be like, well, here you go. And also because it's not her involved and she doesn't have to do anything but just kind of sit back and do nothing and let somebody like Stark take over, which I think is great. And then we learn about his connection and stuff with his family, and of course this stuff hits close with Stark because a lot of this stuff is very similar to him. We put Buddy through hell for multiple months of having to go through this. I also just love the multiple cuts to Fern just eating a bunch, because of course they're living their life in luxury here and they love their sweets. But Buddy is completely destroyed here. I like this too, just picking up the sword and like struggling so much and shaking and being in fear, but kind of getting the reassurance that it's okay and you don't actually, you know, you're not in your village anymore and things are different here, and learning about how the little brother is actually being brought up and taught instead, I think is great too. Once again, we cut to this and Fern double fist on them crazy, but making her go through all this etiquette treatment and stuff instead is so cool too. Put her through hell and make her actually feel, you know, she wanted to sell him out so easy just for money. Well, look, you know, you have to get fucking put through it here. And then we get such a cool sequence of them just kind of dancing and doing their thing. The shipper's going crazy right now, but at the exact same time, they popped off with the animation and everything was so fluid and just smooth. And I love us cutting to this and Frieren's like, no, I'm gonna eat the cake. Enjoying her sweets even more. I love her. One last conversation between Orden and Stark here about, you know, the family things and how he regretfully said thanks to these people, such as his son beforehand, and now he can't take that back and he's trying to do everything in his power, you know, to kind of replace and fill this gap, but realizing at the end of the day there's no way that you can, and then start kind of recalling some sort of promise that he had at the end of the day to go back and actually tell these stories that he has to. So of course he can't stay behind and be this replacement, and they each can't use each other to kind of fill this void that they ended up having within their lives at some sort of point, which I think is such an excellent thing. But at the end of the day, you did grow a strong connection to this person that you've spent a lot of time with now here, and you're able to at some other point go back and use them, or not use them, but kind of see yourself maybe not like in a replacement of like this is home, but as a place that kind of will welcome you with open arms if you ever want to have like a place that you feel comfortable going back to at some point, and you realistically kind of come here, and I think that that's kind of a sweet thing for him to at least have the option to, if he ever chooses to take up an opportunity similar to that, and just being kind of happy seeing Orden over here kind of helping out his other son and actually training him and teaching him the ways of doing and trying to give him that motivation to get back and actually grow past this thing that, he's had so much reassurance that it's okay, that he is going to get stronger, but now instead he's stuck in his own head and it's stunted his growth, but still trying to help him at the end of the day and give him that, which I think is really, really sweet. I love FRIEREN also taking fucking a day to basically pick something out because there's so many different options. A really fun one. Really, really loved it, and gave us a decent bit to kind of at least think about going forward a little bit. While there wasn't, I guess, enough for me to like really go off of or talk about or theorize on, because I just don't have enough that I really want to grasp onto and say with that, they do present a lot of stuff that I think will become useful and important at certain moments, which is really cool and fun way for them to kind of implement that here. I know going forward, one of these days, there's no episode. I don't know if it's this week for 16 or if it's after 16 and it starts with 17. I think there's like a week or two gap. So I guess we'll see. So if there is a 2-week gap, then I'll see you in a couple weeks. If there's not, then I'll see you the probably the next day from here. And we'll end up just kind of taking it one at a time until we end up getting there. Hopefully we're good and we'll stay caught up completely for the remainder of this journey going into the next season as well. I hope you guys enjoyed very much as I did, hopefully at least. And I will be back for the next one. If you liked it, all like and subscribe to me and a lot to me. Feel free to check out the videos in the channel. Let me know comments for this episode or series. See you all for episode 16. You guys have a good one. Peace.